welcome back if you're not new. It is August 10th, and I thought we could just kind of start here. It is a Thursday, so it's kind of a weird day to start, but then again, I did film on a Monday and post kind of on a Tuesday, so it's kind of thrown off, but we'll start fresh next week. But I just kind of wanted to hop on here and maybe do some talking and just kind of have a little chill day with me. I have been building an IKEA couch for my balcony literally all day. So I am worn slap dab out, and I'm about to cook myself some dinner because it is 4:55 and I'm getting hungry. So I am about to work on one of my HelloFresh meals, which, by the way, let me sit down for this. By the way, I love HelloFresh. This is not sponsored by no means at all, but I just thoroughly love my HelloFresh packages. I set up my subscription about 2 weeks ago and have received 2 packages already. I got my second one today, and I got my previous one last Thursday, and I love them. I get 4 meals a week. You get to choose if you want like 2, 3, 4, or 5 meals a week. And so I got my 4 meals, and I can like take screenshots and put them like in here somewhere about my meals, but I have still 2 left over from last week, and then I have the 4 that I just got. So I have plenty of food to go around, and I ordered, it wouldn't let me do just one person, so I had to choose 2 people or 4 people, so I chose 2 people, and it leaves me leftovers. Like, I'll have leftovers for maybe 1 to 2 days after I've made my meal, and it's really nice. So again, not sponsored by no means. I just genuinely love HelloFresh. I think we should talk about what is on my shirt, Halloween Horror Nights. It is 20 days away from the start of Halloween Horror Nights and the start of what I consider spooky season. And I am so excited. Anyone who knows me, and if you don't know me and you're new on this channel, I don't think I've really said this, but Halloween is my favorite holiday. So my birthday is 6 days before Halloween. And I was supposed to be born on Halloween, which makes a lot of sense if you know me and if you know how much I love Halloween and being scared and scaring people and all that. But I am so excited. I've been to Halloween Horror Nights the past 3 years. I went to 29, then COVID hit, so they skipped that. Went to 30, that was the 30th anniversary. They had Jack the Clown, like all the icons from back in the day, the first like 10 years that they had Halloween Horror Nights. Then last year was amazing. It was 31, and now it's time for 32. And I am so excited. And this year they're having big headliners like The Last of Us, like the PlayStation 4 game version, which I love more than the show, which is a hot topic to debate about, but we'll get deeper into that. And then they're having Chucky, they're having Stranger Things season 4, which I'm like, because I saw Stranger Things season 3 at Halloween Horror Nights 29 3 years ago. So super excited to see season 3 and season 4, and then just a lot of stuff to hash out. So let's cook, and then we'll talk about Halloween Horror Nights and my favorite snack there, the twisted taters, since we're on the topic of food. But anyways, I'm hungry, so let's cook and then we'll talk. Okay, I've sat down with my food and I got my drink and I have my computer in front of me, which you can't see, but I'm using it for notes about Halloween Horror Nights. I don't know if anybody is interested, but I thought I'd talk about it since it is a passion of mine. So the first haunted house I want to talk about is obvious, is Stranger Things 4. So Universal and Netflix are partnered together. And so they have access to Stranger Things and all of those top shows and movies and everything. And so this year, it is called Stranger Things, The Curse of Vecna. And it is based on season 4, obviously, but it's going to be mostly around Vecna and his lair and all that stuff. But I'm looking forward to seeing things like maybe the trailer scene at the beginning when she's up on the ceiling and Vecna first did his curse thing and the hands are like being broke and all that stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing Eddie on top of the van. I beg that they play Master of Puppets super loud in there, because they have been known to do music themed stuff and have the music in the haunted houses. They had a Rob Zombie House of 1,000 Corpse at Halloween Horror Nights 29, and the entire haunted house, they were blaring Rob Zombie music. They had a scare zone specifically for Rob Zombie for his Hellbilly Deluxe album. That was amazing. This past year, they had The Weeknd After Hours that was based all on The Weeknd's Mind and his After Hours album, which was super smart. Wasn't sure how that was going to be, but it actually turned out to be really good. So I'm looking forward to the music that's incorporated in there. Surely Master of Puppets, maybe a little like funny part with Pass the Duchy or something and all that. Next up, we have The Exorcist Believer. So The Exorcist Believer is not the original Exorcist. It is the new Exorcist movie that is being anticipated for October 13th. So it's actually not going to come out until a month after Halloween Horror Nights opens, which I'm interested to see how that's going to affect the popularity of this house. But the hype of that movie itself is highly anticipated. So we shall see, but the explanation of it is The Exorcist Believer, an evil reawakened. It says 2 missing girls have been found with no memory of what happened to them, but wherever they went, the ultimate evil has returned with them. So this movie is directed by Blumhouse. I love Blumhouse. Universal's also partnered with Blumhouse. They've had multiple haunted houses based off Blumhouse movies in the past. This past year was Black Phone and Freaky. And then they've also had Happy Death Day. They've had The Purge. All of those in years past. So all the Blumhouse houses are very long and they're very detailed about the movies. So this one I'm very excited about. I'm not going to Halloween Horror Nights until after the movie's released, luckily. So I feel like I'm going to understand the house more after I've seen the movie, rather than some people that are going to the house before and then seeing the movie. Hope that made sense. So the next one that I want to talk about is The Last of Us. This one says Step into the World of The Last of Us, but it's by PlayStation. So The Last of Us started as a game on PlayStation 4, and they have 2 games. They have The Last of Us and then The Last of Us 2. Well, this game is mind-blowing. The graphics is amazing, storyline's amazing, everything is amazing on this game. I own the game, I've beat the game. It is like, I sat and binged it for a week and completely finished all the levels. Like, I want to go back through and play it again. It's amazing. I love it. Storyline, like I said, amazing. They're basing the Orlando one off of the PlayStation game rather than the HBO TV show. So I personally like the game better than the HBO show, like the HBO original, because they went more into the story of the clickers and what clickers are and more of the horror aspect, rather than the TV show, I would say, is more like emotional story, like stuff like that, and it doesn't get super into the clickers. So I'm very excited to see how this haunted house is, given it's off of a video game that's never been done before. So that's new, that's exciting. Next, my most anticipated haunted house that I'm so excited for is Chucky Ultimate Kill Count. And this haunted house is based off the TV series Chucky that came out a couple years ago, and the new season is actually coming out this fall. So it's going to be perfect timing with the haunted house and the new season. I'm a personal lover of Chucky. I've seen all 3 original Child's Play movies. I've seen Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Curse, Cult, and the whole TV show. So I know the whole storyline. I'm so excited for this one. I already have me a Chucky hoodie. I'm being Chucky for Halloween. It's going to be amazing. But the explanation in this one says, Chucky, the serial killer doll, is back for a new gore fest. He's hijacked his own haunted house with all kinds of bloody hijinks. You and your friends must try to survive his ultimate kill count. This haunted house is predicted to be in the warehouse that is behind the Fast and Furious ride at Orlando. And if you know anything about that or anything about Halloween Horror Nights in the past, that warehouse that is behind Fast and Furious is the largest warehouse that Universal owns. And they always put their huge production haunted houses in that warehouse. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be long. It's going to be intense. Maybe some jokes and gimmicks in there because it is Chucky. But so excited for that one. And the last big, like, brand name one is Universal Monsters. Every year, this haunted house is so popular. It's amazing. They do a great job with it. And this year, it's Universal Monsters Unmasked. And it says it's 4 Universal monsters with 1 new nightmare. And it says we're going to descend into the Paris catacombs where you and your squad will face a new horde of monsters, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the Phantom of the Opera, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and the Invisible Man. So these have never been done before. I love Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Since I was young, I've been obsessed with that story and the meaning of it and the characters and just everything all together. And the Invisible Man, how is that going to be possible? Who knows, but Universal knows how to pull it off. In the past, we've had classics like Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Wolfman, and The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Of course, they're classics. You can't not like them. And the Universal Monsters houses are always very intense. Like, I didn't think these haunted houses would scare me as much as they do because they are classics. Like, you know, I'm not scared by Dracula or anything by no means, but they're intense. I would say that these houses are very intense. They're graphic. They know how to scare you even though you don't expect to be scared in it. So the rest of the haunted houses are based on a man named Dr. Oddfellow. So Dr. Oddfellow is an icon of Halloween Horror Nights. He first appeared at Halloween Horror Nights 10, and he is the one that created Jack. He's the one that created the whole carnival. He is invincible. And he is returning and headlining Halloween Horror Nights 32 this year. And so all the other haunted houses are based on him and all of his stories and legends and experiences and how he's indestructible and like invincible and just the magic of Dr. Oddfellow because he is an icon. There are Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins, Dueling Dragons, Yeti Campground Kills, The Darkest Deal, Blood Moon Dark Offerings. Those are the rest of the haunted houses. Each one of these are set in different time periods, different locations, obviously. So Blood Moon Dark Offerings is like colonial era village, so it's going to have a lot of like witchcraft and like satanic like backstory. The Darkest Deal says it's a blues musician. He's wanting to trade his soul for the musical glory. So that, I'm assuming, will have kind of an old retro feel, maybe like the Witches one that was there last year. Yeti Campground Kills is in a 1950s campground overrun by Yetis. So Yetis have been popular in past haunted houses and they are back. And then Dueling Dragons, not really sure about this one. It says it's to do with a spell book and an epic battle. So we shall see if that's real dragons or if it's symbolic. Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins is self-explanatory. There's no telling what we're going to run into with him. He is a menacing menagerie of twisted oddities. So we shall see what we run into in that house. The rest of it is the scare zones, which I'm going to go probably further into because they are more detailed and based on Dr. Oddfellow. There's plenty of places to go look up this information. Obviously, right now I'm looking at Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights website. A YouTube channel I like to watch is called Super Enthused. Her and her husband, Expedition Enthused, is their podcast. It's on Apple, it's on Spotify, it's on everything. They just did an episode explaining all of Dr. Oddfellow's past. So if you want to know more about that I'm not fully explaining, go for it. I listened to that podcast and it was amazing, and I feel fully prepared for Halloween Horror Nights this year. I'm gonna close out here and we'll talk and have an apartment tour and all that stuff soon. I'm gonna eat. So you know the drill. Go follow the Instas. That's ashlandkate.23, my mom, Serenity and Stamina, and you know, like, comment, subscribe, repost, do all that jazz, and I will see you next time.